Dr. Hassabis is the founder and CEO of Google DeepMind and AlphaFold project lead. Dr. Hassabis has chosen Tears in Rain by Vangelis for his song. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Hassabis to the stage.
Moments lost in time, like tears in rain.
Well, it's really quite overwhelming to be here, and I should probably start with my music choice, which I now realize. I didn't realize we had to dance to the music and sing to the music. I think I would have chosen something else. I now know why Summer and Janet were a bit nonplussed with my selection. But I chose it. It's a very meaningful soundtrack for me because it comes from the film, science fiction film Blade Runner, if some of you have seen that, from the 1980s. And when I first watched that, I must have been maybe 10 or 11 years old. It inspired me really to want to work on AI, but also think about the deep questions. So if you that soundtrack comes from the end of the film where the main character, is actually a robot, thinks about his life and muses about it and the transient nature of memory and life. And I think it's quite poignant, and I think we're going to have to start thinking about those kinds of questions now with the way where AI is going. So it's an amazing honor to be here, and I want to thank the Gairdner Foundation for this incredible prize and this amazing week that we've had. There's so many people to thank. John mentioned, of course, as with any modern breakthrough in sort of science today, this was a huge team effort from an amazing multidisciplinary team. The AlphaFold team, of course, we represent them, but also the wider teams at DeepMind and Google, whose methods we built on to build AlphaFold. I also want to thank my parents and family who supported me in everything, especially my wife, Teresa, who's actually the biologist in the family. She researches Alzheimer's, and we actually met as undergraduates at Cambridge a long time ago now. And I've always been an engineer, but she was the one that got me into science, and specifically biology. So I'm really pleased now that I've actually built a tool that is useful for her in her work, so in her Alzheimer's work and important work that she does there. So for me, it's been kind of an amazing but very long, winding 30-year journey to build AlphaFold. I started off in computer science. I actually came across the protein folding problem 30 years ago as an undergrad. We had a lot of friends who were biologists, and one of them was obsessed with the protein folding problem and explained it to me, when we were in the bar playing pool and table football. And I sort of stuck in my mind as this incredible problem that would be amazing if it could be solved and incredibly useful for biologists and medicine. And I also thought could be appropriate one day for AI to be used to tackle. So I kind of filed it away, and then I had to build up experience in many other subjects, neuroscience and learning about how the brain works and using that as inspiration for algorithmic ideas. And then eventually, 30 years later, here we are. So it's been incredible, as John said earlier as well, to see what the scientific community has done with AlphaFold. It's more than we could possibly have dreamed of, and it's everything that we hoped for. And just like John, we're sort of thrilled every time we see a scientist or a pharmacist develop something new using AlphaFold. And I hope that when we look back now, maybe in 10 years' time, and we look back at what we've done, I'm hoping that AlphaFold won't be an isolated success of bringing AI and bringing it to bear on science and specifically biology and medicine, but actually will herald the beginning of an amazing new dawn, a golden era in discovery, using AI as this incredible tool that we can apply to all of science, but specifically to improve human health. And that's always what I dreamed about doing when I was a teenager and decided, after watching probably too many science fiction films and reading too much science fiction, that AI was going to be my career. But my passion was always to try and build it, to use it to advance our knowledge about the world around us and the universe around us. So with that, thanks again for this incredible honor. Thank you.